OMG. Look at how big this thing is. Like, I cannot get over it. Worth every penny. Every penny. Hello beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. I am beyond excited today because I get to share a fragrance line with you guys that hasn't officially even come out yet. So far we just have a discovery kit. And of course I am talking about none other than the brand new fragrance house of Mind Games. This company was launched under the same umbrella as the owners of Nishane, Tiziana Terenzi. They also own the online website that we all may be familiar with in the fragrance community, So Avant-Garde. I have already gotten a chance to get my nose on these fragrances. However, I did smell them in their dry down stage after they had been sitting on a blotter. So I was totally robbed of the opportunity to really experience these fragrances in their opening. Missed out on all of those top notes. So that's what you'll get to see as an initial reaction from me today. Of course, that's not true for all of them. I have actually worn a few of these fragrances and some that I'm very familiar with because I love them so much. But we'll get into that when we get into it. Look at this. It's bigger than me. So big.
That's what she said.
And yes, it is as heavy as it freaking looks. This crusty crab pizza is the pizza for you and me. Okay, amen. It does come in this really nice dust bag that gives it such a luxurious feel. I mean, this is clearly not your typical discovery kit. Most discovery kits I've gotten were not even a fraction of this size. Woo! Y'all, this is hard to do with no help because this thing is very heavy. So this is the case that it comes in. Very gorgeous packaging. Let's go ahead and take the top off. I took the top off. I'm dripping my hot sauce. When you open it, it looks like this. It comes with a book inside that has information about the fragrance line and then specifics about the individual fragrances. Now, the whole concept of Mind Games is centered around the game of chess. It has a lot to do with the game of chess being a transparent game compared to something like cards. What's a card game people play? I don't know. I'm from the hood, so we're gonna say tunk or spades. When you're playing spades, you can see, how many cards your partner has, but you cannot see their hand. You can't see what, moves they're making. But in a game of chess, everything is all out in the open. The only thing that you don't know is what they're thinking. Those mind games. So here is that book. And when you open it up, the first thing you see is chess pieces. Each fragrance is inspired by a specific piece in the game of chess. So you will have your king, you will have your queen, you will have your castle, I think castle or rook kind of go hand in hand. I don't know, I am not a chess player, nor do I claim to be. And you'll have your bishop, so things like that. So when you get a bottle of these fragrances, whatever chess piece they are meant to represent will be on the cap. Like the bottle cap will be a horse for a knight or whatever. Here are some of the optics that are included in the book. A lot of things that are significant to the brand and the line. And then it kind of just goes right into the fragrances themselves, the little description about it. Some of it's keynotes or the scent profile of it, but we'll get into that later. Now, before we really dive into the fragrances, I do want to let you know that they only made 1,000 of these sets. These discovery kits, they made 1,000. They are currently down to about 500 company-wide, so please believe you definitely want to get your hands on it before anyone else. These fragrances will not be sold in store until September, and trust me, I'll run down through everything, how much they're going to cost and everything like that, but I just wanted to let you know, you need to get this ASAP before I even get into the fragrances. I know if you're a big frag head like myself, this is definitely a timeless collector's piece. This is an experience. This is one of those things that you just have to go with your gut and blind buy because it truly just is an experience. It's not even about liking one fragrance or the other. It is just a total experience, and I have all the faith in the world that this is going to be an amazing company once it really hits the stores, which it'll be in Neiman Marcus, by the way, exclusively. Aside from Avant-Garde, of course, but that's online. And this discovery kit will never see the inside of a store. This is an online only thing. So trust me when I say blind buy it or miss out. That's just that. So as I mentioned, all of these fragrances are inspired by a specific piece on the chessboard, but you also know that in chess, there is a white side and a black side. So Mind Games has a light collection and a dark collection that represents the white and the black. The first fragrance is Grandmaster, and it represents the Black King.
That's a Black King right there.
This is a really gorgeous Oriental Floral Gourmand. This is a coffee rose fragrance, but it is nothing like what you would assume when we think of coffee and rose together. It's instantly gonna take you to Intense Cafe by Montal, Deluxe by Tiziana Terenzi, but this is not that. Oh my gosh. It's so much more of a bitter coffee in the best way possible. It's not that like diluted milky coffee that you're gonna get out of a Intense Cafe. It is such a healthy balance of power and tenderness, just like a king would need to be. You've got your peony and your blackcurrant, and the blackcurrant's gonna give it like this fruity element, but you also have myrrh and incense that gives it this very powerful, smoky, woody thing going on. It's definitely just like very seductive. It's like the way that the sweet gourmands work with the florals and work with the smoky, the woody notes. It is a stunning fragrance, and it doesn't smell like anything I've ever smelled before. It's definitely a very unique approach to coffee and rose. I would certainly give this fragrance a 10 out of 10. Is it something I would particularly wear? Probably not, but I would love to smell this on a man. Yeah, it takes a certain type of woman to be able to pull this off, but a woman could definitely wear it too. Next up, we have Gardet, and Gardet is the Black Queen piece. This is a woody floral leather fragrance, and its most prominent notes are black leather and orris. So it has like this fruity component. It's got like this smoky, woody thing going on. It's where sharp spices unite with light florals, and it is just everything that you would expect a queen to be like. Just like I said with the previous one, like where that tenderness meets power. You know, it's the perfect balance of everything, and I just love it. Oh my gosh. There's like this subtle, salty, nutty vibe to it in the undertone that's really, really unique. I think that comes from the popcorn note. If I'm not mistaken, I think this is the fragrance that had the popcorn note. I was so flabbergasted when I saw that because I've never seen that in a fragrance before. But this is so gorgeous. Yeah, like I said, it just has the perfect harmonious balance between the dark and the light, and it just makes it very pretty. Like the type of woman I could see wearing this, if you like Royal Princess Oud, or you know what, I'm gonna show you. If you are this type of girl, Royal Princess Oud, Clive Christian, Athalia by Parfums de Marly, like this is the type of woman that would wear Gardet. And by no means would I compare Gardet to any of these fragrances, but again, the type of woman, it's definitely giving The Devil Wears Prada. You walk into a room and command it. You naturally get respect, but at the same time, I could still see this on a man. It's just very pretty. It's very hard to describe because, like I said, a lot of these fragrances are just not comparable to anything else that I've smelled. You've got this really gorgeous apricot and blackberry leaf that give it such a nice fruitiness, but then you still have jasmine, which is so light and feminine, but then you have black leather and you have cedar wood. It is just a very, very dynamic, diverse fragrance. Bravo. I love it. I would give this 9 out of 10. Moving on to the next chest piece of the Black collection, we have Scholar's Mate, which is the Black Bishop. This one is a woody aromatic floral. It kind of gives me like a Santal vibe. Its most prominent notes are said to be vetiver and cedar, but the main thing I pick up in this fragrance is cardamom. It's really, really nice. Like the way that the bishop is described and as it correlates to the fragrance is self-assured, poised, like just really has a good understanding of life. You know what I'm saying? You're there to impart wisdom on your king and your queen, help keep them in line. You know what I'm saying? So this fragrance gives exactly that. I swear I do not remember liking this one as much as I'm liking it right now, but see, this is why I'm saying like experiencing that opening spray and then kind of building up to the dry down versus just getting the dry down as the initial presentation, I guess you can say, of the fragrance. it's a totally different experience. And I actually really, really, really like this. Like I said, to me personally, it's definitely giving a Santal type of vibe. Like, think Santal Blanc by Van Cleef, think Santal 33 by Le Labo. And again, not comparing it to those fragrances. It's nothing like it. Don't think this is a dupe at all. Like, it's not that. But it has this subtle undertone that definitely reminds me of those fragrances. In addition to that cardamom, that vetiver, that cedar, you also have fig milk, you have bergamot, cinnamon leaf, grapefruit. It's really nice. Like, that's the best way I can describe it. It's not like sexy, it's not like seductive. It's just nice, you know what I'm saying? Think of the role that the bishop would play within a royal family. Like, he's not there to get noticed. He's not there to attract other people. He's there to impart wisdom and do his job. And yeah, this one's really nice. It's just really nice, really fresh. Yeah, it's definitely super aromatic. I would give this like a 7.5 out of 10. Really nice. Okay, this next one I'm super excited about because I have been utterly obsessed with this one. This one is Double Attack and it represents the Black Knight. Honey. Honey, if Double Attack didn't tell you everything that you need to know, my gosh. It's like just when you think you have the fragrance figured out, you're smelling something else. Like, this is a delicious gourmand. It is chocolate, dark, bitter chocolate and saffron. And oh my God, it is a woody citrus gourmand and it is just, and I promise you the card does no freaking justice because it's like you smell the card and it's like, delicioso. You smell it on your skin and you will be missing a hand because you're gonna bite it off. And then I just have to read you this quote at the end. Well, not really a quote, but like what they said at the end about Double Attack. Double Attack demonstrates the willingness to risk it all for the pursuit of triumph. A gambler aware that the odds are in their favor. Oh, this is definitely perfect for the Black Knight because it's enticing and it just, I don't know, it's just something about it that invites you in. As soon as you are reeled in, as soon as you think that you're safe, it's like, gotcha. Oh, it just, stunning. 11 out of 10. I didn't even get into the notes. Just 11 out of 10. Take my money. Vanilla Madagascar, cinnamon from Madagascar. Like, it is so, like, you think I'm being dramatic? No, honey. This is delicious, okay? This is chocolate done right. It is beautiful. La, 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 la. I could definitely see either gender wearing this. Gets an 11 out of 10. That's all you need to know. Chocolate, gourmand, goodness, saffron. It's got everything you need. Trust me. Take my coins, like I said, take my coins. Honey, if you thought I was dramatic with the last one, you ain't seen nothing. This next one, honey, this is my favorite. And I know because I've worn it on my skin. I'm obsessed with it. I am 110,000% buying a bottle. Like, no ifs, ands, or buts about it. This is the Black Rook and the fragrance is called Jadoo. Now, just for a little bit of background, in the game of chess, whenever you touch a piece, you then have to move that piece. But if you want to readjust, you want to, reacclimate your board, you want to recalculate, and you want to move it, but you don't want to play that piece, you would call Jadoo. And it allows you to touch that piece without actually having to play it. Oh my gosh, I am obsessed with this. This is so beautiful. It is so unique. The only thing I could slightly compare it to, just so that you can kind of get an idea, would probably be my Zene by Nishane. But by no means would it be like a dupe or just like it, just to kind of help you understand the realm of where I'm going. But this is by far way more unique, way more, I don't know, it has just this different element to it that just makes it superb in comparison. I'm sorry, I love my Zene, but this, honey, This is a woody, floral, and fruity fragrance, and its most prominent notes are pomegranate and suede. Let that sink in for a second. Let you just think about that. I'll let you think about your actions. That pomegranate note. It's the pomegranate for me. Yep. That's it. Definitely smell that pomegranate. You definitely smell the mandarin. But then you've also got like some vintage leather, and the benzoin gives it like this little clean undertone. Y'all know I love a good clean fragrance. Definitely wouldn't consider this like a clean fragrance, but it has like subtle hints of it in the undertone. Freaking obsessed. Obsessed. This is my number one. Definitely getting a bottle. Mind games, if you're watching, go ahead and send it to your girl. And I just had to read you like what they wrote at the end about Jadou, because I think it is just like the perfect explanation. And it's just so well written. So it says, Jadou represents this juxtaposition of abandon and control, moving between notes seamlessly in a fragrance that is equally dramatic as it is compelling. Okay, now we're finally moving on to the white collection. First, I'm gonna show you Checkmate, which is the White King. This is a Chypre floral tabac fragrance. For me, this one is very hard to describe. I do like it. It's very just like fresh, easygoing, like it's very strong. It definitely has this masculine quality to it, as it is meant to be for the king. I really, really like it. Like, I like it enough to give it like an 8 out of 10, but for some reason this one is so hard to describe to me. It does have Divana, it has some Bulgarian rose, patchouli. Again, very complex. All of their fragrances are super, super unique, super different. It's just like you could smell this compared to the Black King and see which one, I don't know, maybe it's just my own perception or that make me view the White King as being a little more passive, a little more easygoing, the Black King being a little more fierce, a little more, you know, like night and day type of thing. So yeah, I love it. It's just such a nice vibe. Again, it would be like more so I could see the king wearing this during the day and then seeing him wearing Grandmaster, the Black King, at night, you know? Yeah, it's just really nice. I love this one. It's like a super, super mutable, very unisex, super androgynous fragrance. I would definitely wear it. I don't know if it would give sexy on me, but it'll be sexy on somebody. Next up, we have Kaisa. This is the White Queen, and I'm not even gonna, I love it. I love it. This is a floral white flower woody fragrance, and I love it. I am obsessed. It does, to me, have the ever so slightest little resemblance to 100 Silent Ways by Nishane. Just the sweetness from it. Like, definitely not a dupe, definitely not like a neck and neck comparison, but and the undertone, the sweetness of it. This is definitely more floral than anything, but that sweet balance to it kind of reminds me of 100 Silent Ways, to kind of give you a picture. Its most prominent notes are ylang ylang and gardenia. That should definitely let you know like the white floral vibes. Oh, it's so pretty. It definitely gives me more of like a dainty, pretty princess vibe versus like a queen. But again, with the white pieces and the black pieces, I would see this being the queen in the daytime, when she does have to be a little bit more approachable. When you're shaking hands and kissing babies, that's not the time to be intimidating. You know what I mean? Oh, but it is so freaking pretty. This is like perfect for spring, summer. It would be gorgeous for a wedding day. Oh my gosh, if this is not like the perfect wedding day scent, I don't know what is. So pretty. And just for reference, Kaisa actually is the goddess of chess in Greek mythology. You've got black licorice, pink peppercorn, you've got vegan musk, white gardenia, ylang ylang from Madagascar, jasmine from Egypt. It is so pretty. It's just so pretty. Like, this is like perfume princess pretty. You know what I'm saying? That girly, girly, pretty, classy. I love it. I love it. It's just very feminine. Ah, to die for. 10 out of 10. Take my money. Next, we have Asuli's Diamond, which is the White Bishop. And this is a woody aromatic incense fragrance. Its most prominent notes are cypress and smoke, but I can definitely smell that fig leaf in the opening. There's bergamot, incense, myrrh, mandarin. Like, it's just this clash of different scents, like that citrus, but mixed with these smoky, woody, deep, intense type of notes. Again, this is the bishop, whose purpose here is to impart wisdom and to help keep his king and queen in line and help them to make wise decisions that will benefit their kingdom. It's spicy. It, to me, almost gives me kind of like a cardamom, pimento oil type of vibe. I will say this one probably isn't high on my list of favorites, but it's most likely because it's something that I wouldn't personally wear. It definitely gives me more of like a masculine vibe, but I do know plenty of people who would love this, and this is right up their alley. I will give this a 7 out of 10. Next in the white collection, we have Blockade, which is the White Knight. This is a fruity, woody, leathery fragrance. It has a really, really gorgeous burst of mango. To me personally, it kind of reminds me of that pineapple, bergamot, mandarin combination that you get in the opening of Creed Aventus. So yes, it does put me in the mind of like that Aventus vibe, maybe even Orion by Tiziana Terenzi, Achivat by Nishane, somewhere in that family. No, it does not have the same kind of notes, and no, it is not the same kind of presentation of citrus in the opening, but upon initial sniff, that's immediately what it reminded me of. Honestly, even more along the lines of like Cedric Boisé by Mancera. Now, do I think that I'd go as far as saying that this is like an Aventus clone or line it up with Sense of Peace for Him? Absolutely not. Not at all what I'm saying. But initially when I smelled this, the first thing I could think of was that type of vibe, but then as it settles, it definitely starts to change and develop its own identity. Yeah, I would... Yeah, it reminds me so much of, it reminds me a little of more like the Cedric Boisé vibes, but again, not a dupe. Definitely could own both. And again, this is more of like a mango. It's all mango, all up and through this fragrance. You've got that mango skin right in the opening paired with tomato leaf and pink pepper, but then the mango circles right back in the mid notes and pops up in a mango flower paired with lavender and watery cyclamen. So because the mango doubles back in the notes, it just like really reinstates what exactly the fragrance is. Like, I smell the citrus more than I smell anything else. The leather again gives it that depth, that sexiness that you're looking for, that little oomph, that little knight coming out, you know, shows that he can put up a fight. But yeah, just like the whole vibe that you're getting with Double Attack, it's just like that citrus is gonna lure you in, you know, and then that leather is gonna hit you when you least expect it. He's like, look, I'm a nice knight. I'll take pictures with the kids, all right? But you step a little too close to my queen and I'm gonna knock you out. Yes, I love this. I would definitely give this a 10 out of 10. I really, really love it. And please don't overreact to the comparisons to the Aventus and the Achivat and the whatnot. Trust me, it's different enough to where you could own them both. And I know plenty of people who have all of those. Elysium by Roja, like, have all of the comparisons. So this is definitely unique enough to stand on its own. But I love it. I would actually wear this one because I think that it has enough of that unisex balance to where I would definitely feel comfortable wearing this. Whereas as much as I love Aventus and Achivat, I just think that they have too much of a masculine vibe for me. This I could pull off. Oh, I love it. That's Blockade. Get your mango life. And last but certainly not least, we have Castling. This is a green woody floral. It's a little spicier than my preference. It kind of puts me in the mind of a much, 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 much smoother version of Reckless Leather in the library collection by Amouage. Like, much smoother, because when I say that Reckless Leather is reckless and leather-y, yeah, this is like 10 trillion times smoother than that. So if I was comparing the two, then this seems like godsend. But it's probably my least favorite out of the collection, I'm not gonna lie, but I don't hate it. And that's what's just so shocking, because it's like, for me to get this thing with 10 fragrances in it and to not have any type of repulsive feelings towards any of the fragrances is like mind-blowing to me. Like, I have so much faith in this company and what they're gonna do, because these fragrances are out of this freaking world. Out of this world. Castling, I would give I'd give this a 6 out of 10. And I think that's probably my lowest rating here. It's still not terrible. You have fig leaves, iris, freesia, you've got vetiver. I can definitely smell that vetiver. It punches you on the sharp end, kind of like that cardamom vibe. I definitely am picking up on some sort of spice that I'm not seeing listed in the notes that I can smell very prominently. But yeah, it's still nice. It's nice. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not totally in love with it, but again, it's just not something I would particularly wear. It's clear, like, I'm gonna be a little biased. I love a good gourmand. I'm a girl. I'm a girly girl. I like the sweet, girly, playful, flirty fragrances. I can't lie. But I was thoroughly impressed by the entire line. Like, I don't hate this at all. Yeah, it's just nice. It's another just nice one. So as you could have guessed, my absolute favorite is Jadoob. My second favorite is Double Attack. And my third favorite is Kaisa. After that, they're all kind of essentially equal in my mind. I truly love them all. I don't even have the energy to, like, I would stress myself out, pull my hair out, trying to put these in a specific order, because a lot of them would be like tied in so many other categories. Mind games, you have my love, you have my support, and you have my approval, honey. This is beautiful. This is exactly what the fragrance community needed. We needed something new, something fresh, something hot, something different, and y'all delivered. We appreciate it. So like I said, 1,000 of these made, 500 left in the company. I'm gonna put a link down below. Make sure that you get one, honey. And when you get your nose on this, please come back in the comments and tell me what your thoughts were. I would love to know. I really, really, really want to know, because I haven't been able to express this with many people because nobody has smelled these yet. Like I said, the bottles will be launching in stores sometime in September, but as of right now, the only way you can get your nose on these fragrances is to blind buy this discovery kit. Now, I'm not gonna lie, it's a hefty price. The discovery kit is $4.95. It is almost $500, but you saw the size of this, you saw the quality of it. Look at these freaking travel atomizers. And yes, you can pop them out. They do have like the tops that you can remove. So then when you get the actual fragrances, you will always have these to be able to travel with. So it's a win-win. And like I said, if you're a big frag head like myself, this is a collector's item. You definitely want to get it while the getting's good. So please go treat yourself. And then make sure you come back and let me know which one is your favorite. But thank you guys so much for watching. I love each and every one of you, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.
One big room full of passion. One big room full